welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. I want to kick off the show with some...
Sorry. There we go.
With a restart?
Yep.
Yeah.
On screen?
You were on screen. They could not hear you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the all-new and improved super cool nerd show.
Now with sound.
I am your host, Kat.
And I am Cora.
And behind the screen we have Cass. Want to start out this evening with some kind of unexpected news. Yeah. SCNS Live has decided to part ways with our executive producer and main host, Jason the X. We, of course, won't get into all that.
Yeah.
We wish him well, I think is the
Am I
line.
in here?
Oh.
Hey. Y'all said y'all couldn't make it tonight.
Uh-huh.
Y'all,
What are you doing here?
I was just over there.
He said he wouldn't be here.
Security must not have...
Sorry,
Hi.
Yeah, y'all said y'all couldn't make it tonight. I was like, I'm gonna go out there and get hammered, but that's cool. Hey, well, are we live? Are we like live on YouTube? Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to an all new episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. Thank you for joining us. Did y'all already do that part? Oh, okay, I'm cool.
So anyway, we're going to move straight on into some super cool nerd news.
Oh.
And we'll be back. We'll be back.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening.
I did the intro, so now you're back.
Oh, you did super cool nerd news? Okay.
I did.
I got something.
Why don't you just take over?
I can do something there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice glasses, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
So, it has officially been 180 days since Hasbro screwed up again. After the whole D&D incident where we're like, hey, we need to make some money off of D&D, and then going, you know what, guys, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be okay. We're not going to do anything wrong anymore. They sent Pinkerton agents to a popular YouTuber's house because of their screw up. Yes. So a YouTuber goes by Old School MTG. Oh, let me get his name right, because y'all need to go and follow him, please. The user's name is actually, sorry, I've got my notes. I have notes. Dan Cannon. His YouTube channel is Old School MTG. Please go give him a follow. So he was one of those people that was able to procure Magic the Gathering cards as soon as they came out, and he would open them up on his YouTube channel, show everybody what they are, play them, blah, blah, blah. Well, he got a set that he thought was March of the Machine. Instead, he got a set, March of the Machine Aftermath, which was not supposed to be released yet. He opened up about 75% of that whole pack on his YouTube channel. Well, within a week, Pinkerton agents came to his home demanding the cards back and that he take the footage down, threatening him with arrest, $200,000 fines, and also they made his wife cry. Now, if any of you out there are history buffs, you probably know the Pinkertons are a bunch of rat bastards, known for union breaking and a whole slew of other bad things. I literally would not even wear something that started with the words Pinker just so you couldn't get me confused with these people. Well, he was told to call Wizards of the Coast to get this whole thing sorted out, which I think Wizards at one point said, oh boy, we fucked up. There's my one for the show. They offered him some swag, a couple things to make up for it, and they were a bit more amicable than two armed agents showing up. I'm sorry, I don't even want to say agents. Two overglorified security guards showing up at his door, making demands of any sort. Now, first off, let me tell you, anybody Pinkerton out there right now, do not show up at my house because I will show up with every gun I literally own. Have you ever seen Rob Liefeld draw a character? That's what I would look like coming to the door. Also, Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro, and Magic the Gathering. What were y'all thinking? Now, I know all of this sounds pretty crazy, right? Well, it's not the first time they've done it. Apparently, this is standard practice to use armed goon squads to go get cards back. There is another story, I'm trying to get it up, where someone actually said, oh yeah, they've done this before, but what the hell?
I have a question.
Go right ahead.
The Pinkertons are still a thing?
They're just sitting out there like, hey, Muggsy.
They almost sound like a bat. Like, yeah, they almost sound like they went the way of like Prohibition.
Yeah.
And Elliot Ness, or actually Elliot Ness was an actual law enforcement officer.
Talking about some saucy broad I saw the other night.
Yeah,
See?
this kid's got some moxie over here. Just, yeah, but I don't know how else to put this. Didn't y'all just shoot yourselves in the foot just 180 days ago? Was the other foot lonely for a bullet through it? I don't know. I actually loaded a meme in the pictures that perfectly encapsulated everything that's been happening this week. And it's that famous Eric Andre meme. I loaded
Why would old school MTG do this?
I don't even know how this is so tone deaf and stupid and also overkill.
That's an understatement.
Pinkertons,
like,
man.
You couldn't look through your records first to see that y'all were the ones that screwed up?
This was clearly a mistake on their part.
Yeah.
And also the name, the
sorry,
name.
I'm so sorry. This is just going to be for me because I'm ignorant. What are the Pinkertons?
The Pinkertons were a private security agency from back during the 40s and 50s, and they were known for union busting and strike breaking.
And
And
the
apparently
ones
still
who
are.
get the rats over the scabs over the
Okay, yeah.
line. Those are
Okay.
Pinkerton agents.
Gotcha.
Also,
So-
the bad guys in
Are
Red
they-
Dead Redemption 2, I believe, right?
I think so.
Is that a reference to communism? Pinkertons?
No, it's
That's
just
the family
that's just the
name.
name of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So also some other unscrupulous things as well, like I don't know, slave retrieval. Anyway,
Hey.
Oh.
So Hasbro, here's a bit of advice from somebody that's not that cameraman, somebody that's not an executive or a big business or CEO, just somebody with a little bit of common sense. Get rid of your association with the Pinkertons yesterday, and don't go for Blackwater. They're just as bad. Anyway.
That's my thing too, is that they showed up at a YouTuber's house. That's a bad idea by itself. Like, you want to try every slow tactic before you go anywhere weird,
Yeah.
because guess what? That's what they should be more afraid of than your guns, is if they show up here, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do not. They're overglorified security guards. I'm just gonna flat out say that. Don't show up at a house in Texas with this kind of unique grade of bullshit. Anyway, also, Magic stopped sending the wrong packs out because apparently it's one of them just had aftermath at the end, literally one word, and that was the mistake. They sent it to a distributor sold it to somebody. It happens.
It'd be the first time that Hasbro's ever shipped something that wasn't ready, or
As someone that has bought toys before Street Date, I'd hate for somebody to ever show up here. We heard that you got this Transformer before Street Date because Texas hospitality. Anyway, hippity hoppity, get off my property.
just because I will never get an opportunity to bring this up ever again, it drives me crazy that Marjorie Taylor Greene is initialed in all sorts of news reports as MTG.
I know, okay.
It's like your search history just gets seriously messed up.
Well,
Anyway.
it just my brain is always trying to switch which one it is. I wonder if he's had right wing crazies follow him.
Probably not, but
His old school MTG.
It's one of those, you have to read the full title. You can't just I like Magic the Gathering and click on the article before you've read the full title.
Yeah, you have a blonde lady in Joker makeup screaming about something that's not true.
Yeah, I mean, okay, now I still have to click on it, but not for the same reason.
I need to switch my brain real quick into the other mode.
also he purchased these cards for $4,000. Magic do not be playing around.
Oh no.
Also, if I paid,
Did you not see how much that signed Black Lotus went for?
first of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I paid $4,000 for anything, do not show up here looking for it. It's mine. It is mine now. I don't give a damn who it belonged to, because $4,000 got paid for it, and it's not mine. Anyway, Wizards of the Coast also has made no comment on this story. It's probably like, how do we spin this shit?
They got to go through like 5 legal channels now.
What happened leading? They did say what happened leading up to the individual receiving the cards is still under investigation.
Yeah, you pay him a bunch of money, and you make him sign an NDA.
At least,
yeah,
you don't even let it get to court. Like,
yeah.
Hilarious. Anyway, I could go on and on about that. I could badger this group all night. So please, who's next?
Anybody else have card game stories?
No.
Amazingly, I only brought the one.
So
I don't know.
shocked.
You're hosting. Who's next?
Am I hosting?
Sort of.
Oh.
Somebody is.
We're all hosting. Anyway.
Maybe the host was the friends we made along the way.
Cora, what you got this week?
All right. I'm going to bring in some old school into this. I've got several old school stories, but I'm going to do this one instead. All right. How many here have seen something by Osamu Tezuka? Astro Boy is
Okay.
like his most... Yeah. Everyone here has at least heard of him or his work. Well, there is a manga that was released in 2021 called Team Phoenix. It was created by Spanish artist Kenny Ruiz in collaboration with the Tezuka production company. And it is a manga that it basically works like Tsubasa from Clamp, where it's like characters like within the Clamp universe just all interacting together. And that's what this is. You have this whole world is being run by robots. You have a heroine that doesn't want to deal with that anymore and is leading the charge to make a better future. And it's just all of Osamu Tezuka's work together fighting robots.
It has to feel so cathartic as a story writer to do that
yeah.
sometimes. Like, I always wanted this guy from here, and this guy from here, and this chick from here.
I'm just having fun imagining Blackjack, who is a surgeon, like not even a magic surgeon, just a surgeon fighting robots.
Yeah.
Like, it's great. Fantastic. But it's finally going to be serialized over here in the United States. It is being serialized by Udon Entertainment, and the first volume will be out in November of this year. After that, we will get volumes every 2 months. I believe Japan is on volume 4 right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I don't need to be sold on it, really. I'm already sold on it.
Clearly.
I mean, we all grew up with I say all of us. All as anime nerds grew up with some kind of Osamu Tezuka.
Machine gun in his butt.
What?
Astro Boy. He has guns in his butt. He does. Like, I don't make it up. I just read it and laugh.
I had to get clarification because I was very confused.
Also, those big red boots everybody's been buying.
I know, yeah.
I only want those because they look like Astro Boy boots.
I've heard they're real hard to get off though.
Never mind, I don't want to get those off. I'll stick with my Ariats. Anyway.
Yeah, like, it's just something real cool. Doing some fun new stuff with old properties and paying homage to one of the most influential mangaka of, like, recent history.
I mean, literally the rest of my stories are what's old is new again, so.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Actually, a perfect segue into one of my stories. Normally, you would see Cora talking about anything Final Fantasy related on the screen, but there is one bit of an exception, and that's if you go old enough Final Fantasy. Cass and I both loved Final Fantasy VI. And it's good news for us because on the PS4 later this year, I think. Hang on, I have the details of this.
It's the glasses threw me off for a second. I was like, is Cora delivering this story?
You tell us apart by glasses?
I mean, no, all look alike. That's what the thing is.
Uh-huh. They're going to release Final Fantasy 1 through 6 on the PS4 and the Switch as part of their Pixel Perfect. Like, they've reworked it, but they've reworked it with a dedication to the pixel style art of 8 and 16-bit games. Which means two of our faves, Tara and Kefka, are back.
So
You said
Oh,
1
it's
through
so
6?
good. I love Final Fantasy 6.
All of them?
I've always wanted to play 6.
6 is dope.
I really like Kefka, and I want
The music is dope. It's the best version of Kefka. Like he was in Dissidia or whatever, and that was okay, but he was like too like gothy and not crazy enough.
My life would literally be over.
Why?
Because it's all of them. Damn. I got plans. I gotta play Legend of Zelda. I gotta play Jedi Survivor.
They did smooth out the text, which some people don't like, but you can revert it in the options to where the text pixelated as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, they said it's kind of anachronistic and weird. But
do they still have Son of a Submariner? Is that what they presumably? Because that was one of my favorites.
About to give me some Hot Pocket Surge and a copy of Nintendo Power.
Right?
But yeah, it's coming.
That's
I
so
think
cool.
this fall. I need to double check my details, but that's the
Okay,
end of
this
the
fall?
story.
Whew.
I think I'm double checking that part.
I mean, November is not a great time for releasing games because all of the good stuff comes out. Like, literally, the next few months with movies and games are going to be like, all of my time, why are we doing a show? I need to play Legend of Zelda and Jedi Survivor.
November in video games is like August in movies. It's
like
just
Christmas for me.
everything.
Mhm.
Everything comes out. Yeah. November and like April.
Huh.
April,
getting
a
around
lot of
that time
video
right
games.
now.
Yeah.
We're
games come
in
out.
April.
Yeah, we're actually in it right now.
Yeah.
We're almost done with April.
Yeah.
I'm also just gonna throw out there that my birthday is in November. So like,
I'm not buying you a PS4.
I have a PS4.
Okay, good. I might
Even
buy
a
you a
PS5.
game.
No. No, if the Pixel remaster comes out in November, it's just a so you know.
Just FYI.
I kind of want to switch OLED, so but I'm gonna give my daughter my old Switch. So it's fair. I passed out all my electronics to my children. Daddy got a PS5. Here's my PS4.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like they're out.
Oh, you know what?
I'd have to look.
I do think I remember a coworker of mine talking about how he was playing it this morning.
That like the fonts are the big new thing, and that you can turn
Damn.
that off. So yeah. I'm excited about this. I'm excited to play it now that I'm a grown up and I can play hours of video games at once.
Yeah.
I'll have a Nintendo Switch Lite up
Instead
for sale
of
here soon.
what was it? 10 minutes? It's like 10 minutes a week. Yeah.
That's strict media parents.
You will have to you'll have to tell us about how it, like, if it's worth the upgrade or not.
Just as a by the by, there was a Japanese, I think, orchestra that did the music from Final Fantasy VI, and it is breathtaking. It is geniusly composed, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's an opera
I was
in
gonna
the
say,
middle,
including
six,
an
and
opera.
The opera's dope. It's like you should look it up. I don't have any. It's not hard to find.
Well, I know what we're all doing after show, but
Yeah.
About to go looking through. So
Who's next?
Cass is up. What you got?
We're doing What's Old is New again, yes?
Sure, why not? That's all the What's
Alright.
What's stories.
Jason, you're new again.
I know. I haven't said it here for a while.
Okay. So, in 2004, Wicked debuted on Broadway. We had an announcement. It's a decent.
It's a very
It's
solid
an
musical.
It's an alright musical.
It's a musical?
It is
Oh,
a
no.
musical.
Oh,
Most Broadway things are. Although Aaron Sorkin's To Kill a Mockingbird is coming to Broadway Dallas, and I kind of want to see it. Anyways, Wicked the Musical came out in 2004, starring Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. Movie was announced, I think, last year with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and we got first looks. Kind of. Here's the first one. Here's Ariana Grande, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Cass, are you sure that's a still of something and not a black screen?
Yeah.
Listen. Stop becoming content creators, start becoming gaffers, because these are some of the darkest shots I've seen of anything in a long time. I'm excited for the movie, but like, Wow.
I'm
going to need you to lighten it up a little
can
bit.
barely tell what culture she's appropriating.
Yikes.
I will say Alphabet is black now, which is cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I'm going to need you to light these sets, please.
Especially,
I think that needs to be
especially
clipped out.
with Glinda basically just being her own spotlight in personality and just, you know, from the original Wizard of Oz, she just had her own like glitter about her.
Yeah. I will say I think these are beautiful costumes, but I'm not sure.
I've seen pictures like from like behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
and the dress, like Glinda's dress is very pretty because it's like 50 Shades of Pink, as it should be. But
I didn't like that sequel.
I did see a mutual friend of ours, Bucky, who does a lot of filming crew stuff. So y'all need to learn how to be gaffers because these sets are dark as shit.
So dark. I'm gonna need you to stop.
Why? That's actually a question I just have in general for Hollywood. Why are you so obsessed with not having lights on set? Like, why?
Oh no, they have them.
Why aren't
this
you
is the part
using
that
them?
irritates me. Is like Game of Thrones, you better believe they had every light in the world available and with them. Some of it's done in post, some of it's done just, oh, it's nuance. And it's like, is it? If you can't see anything, that's not nuance.
If I have to like squint and basically like adjust my glasses so I can see the theater screen, that's too dark.
We should be given the option like video games where, can you see this symbol?
Can you see the left and the right?
Who else turns it all the way up? Because I'm like,
so
no.
much of the time.
No.
Yeah.
Until you can barely see the symbol. Man, y'all playing.
I
All the way to the right.
I remember specifically in Game of Thrones, in the Battle for Winterfell, HBO made this huge deal about, well, we're using real lighting, we're using realistic lighting, and there were like 4 torches on set, and it's all real lighting, and I'm like,
That's cool.
but I can't see.
You turn it into the meme with the lady with
it's
the
like,
pink
guess
jacket.
I'll have to take your word for it.
It's like with things like Stardust and things like where everything's happening at night. Technically you can't see in the dark, but they used blue light so that you could still see the actors, and it's like, yes, the blue light means it's night.
There's a famous quote, I don't remember which actor it was, but one of the actors of Lord of the Rings asked their cinematographer where the light was coming from during a night shoot, and he smiled and he said, the same place as the music. It's a movie, and especially a musical.
Yeah.
A musical, you're like, we need this to be dark and gritty and realistic.
No!
They're bursting into song.
I think they're trying to do a thing where they're telling like stage fans they haven't forgotten about them, because it feels like that a little bit, because it's the one person in the middle of the screen that's much bigger than them.
Yeah.
Right? But you know what stages know about? Lighting.
Yeah.
There's only one show that I've ever seen that used complete darkness in a decent length sequence, and it's in the Heights, and it's because there's a blackout, and they turn their phone camera or their phone lights on and they shine them in the audience. It's really cool looking.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, stage has lights.
Like, if there's a blackout, then cool. You're going to use that to your advantage anyway.
Yeah.
We're in Oz.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've got if these makers have seen The Wizard of Oz or Return to Oz, but it basically looks like a rainbow threw up on everything.
Right. Also, there's like magic there.
Yeah.
That casts light on your freaking actors.
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
exactly.
textbook way to light a night scene. Everything in Nope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So pretty.
Yeah,
So
it
pretty.
it was still
Mad Max Fury Road. Everything's
Ooh,
bright.
good example. Yeah.
Yeah, everything was like dark enough, but I could still see the actors.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
That's my little soapbox. Please, yeah, our little soapbox. Please light your scenes. I am excited for the movie.
yeah.
So we're gonna watch it. Yeah.
Well, speaking of movies I'm excited for, it's actually 2 movies I'm excited for. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is going to be releasing soon. And thank you very much, because I finally got 6-inch Indiana Jones action figures, which I'm very happy about.
It's at least 6 inches.
Look at no. Now he can be part of G.I. Joe like I always wanted as a kid. Anyway, is the movie going to be good? Well, Bob Iger recently had a screening for Disney executives and, of course, people that worked on the film with a special guest, Steven Spielberg. And now, I'm going to trust it, but his reaction as soon as he was done watching the movie was, damn, I thought I only knew how to make one of these. This gives me a lot of hope, especially after people were upset about the last Indiana Jones movie. I wasn't. Okay, yes, he should have died in that refrigerator. Anyway, aliens, not so out of place. It wasn't. Look, they yanked a heart out of somebody. I don't care. Shut up. They looked inside of a crypt, and all their faces burnt out. Which also this is
pretty.
Don't make me open it up in here. So anyway, yes, it's a short story on my part, but yes, Dial of Destiny has Dr. Jones returning to the role in the 1960s because Nazis are back and they need to be punched in the face.
Yay!
Let's see. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull actually grossed $790 million to all the people that are like, it wasn't that good. Well, it made the money, so we're making the second one. Set for a theatrical release June 30th from Disney, and this will be, Harrison Ford's guaranteed, the last time he will play Indiana Jones. And honestly, at his age, I don't think it's much of a choice on his part.
We want to avoid what was it?
It
was the Irishman where the lead tries to kick somebody and you can see him like going over there and he's gonna kick and you're like, please stop. Please.
Well, remember he got hurt on the filming for this set like days after they started and they had to stall. Didn't he like break a leg or something?
I thought that was in Star Wars.
He also broke a foot in Star Wars.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Goodness
he needs more time to crash airplanes, okay?
Well, that's the thing that's kind of wild to me is he gets injured on set, but like he's a carpenter who flies airplane. Like he does a lot of stuff outside of it. So it just makes me think the scheduling is a problem.
Does helicopter rescue work?
Like,
it's like, oh, I got my helicopter out here. I'll go looking for him. Like this guy. I mean, I don't plan on slowing down, when I'm that age and 2 years from now. So I'm good. But damn, Harrison, you did get hurt like shortly into filming this. I guess maybe that was the one where he was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Pass the hat on, pass the whip on,
You gotta wonder though, like, why was he still doing it? He won't watch his movies. He won't.
And neither will his wife.
Well, not the Star Wars movies anyway.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's mine. Cora, kicking to you.
All right. I'm gonna bring in a weird one. So I'm sure it's been a little bit. It's been since 2019 since we've talked about this. The Kyoto Animation Studio fire. Kyoto District Court announced that they're going to start their pretrial proceedings for the arson and murder case of KyoAni. They're going to start that up. I think around May 8th, May 9th.
Can we get a refresher?
Yeah,
please.
So a gentleman, aged 41, went into the KyoAni studio and set it ablaze. This blaze, of the 70 people that were in the building at the time, killed 36 people and injured 33 of them. The one that was not injured or killed did suffer some minor lung damage from smoke inhalation.
And PTSD.
And gross amounts of PTSD for sure. But that is what we're dealing with. The court case itself will be around September, December, sometime at the end of the year. But they are moving forward with that. And I don't know much about the Japanese court system, but I hope he gets the harshest punishment that he can.
PSA, don't burn up people. Yeah. Don't. Just don't do it. I don't care how upset you are. Don't set 37 people.
36 people.
37. I'm sorry, I was counting the other victims.
Yeah. Well, he set 30 or 69 people on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I remember this story when it came out. And it was just,
Yeah, it just kept getting worse and worse the more info we got.
I was kind of hoping that guy was like already like making big rocks into little rocks at the very least somewhere, or like an island that's only like 20 feet wide. You know.
Yeah, I will say, like, depending on what's going on, I've noticed that the Japanese court will they have to deal with it, or that and other stuff that's happening. So I'm sure that's been a holdup in it, and there's just been so much, or there were so many victims in this that they gotta get everything together that they can.
I guess finally some justice. Damn.
Yeah, I do know that they still have the death penalty by hanging in Japan, and I can't really say whether I want people dead or not. That's not my place to say. But I do hope that he rots in jail at a minimum.
Yeah.
I'll reserve my opinion.
Yeah.
I hate your guts. Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry to bring the house down on that.
Can you resuscitate us? You got anything?
Sure.
Clear.
Let's talk about. All of my segues are too awful to do, and I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm not going to say that. But let's talk about. Now I can only think of bad segues. Okay, let's talk about a Gundam thing, which is not something I normally bring up ever.
Wait, Core? No.
This is why we kicked him off the show. There is a life-size Gundam in Japan.
Yes.
That will be playing rock, paper, scissors at a tournament next month. From April 29th to May 7th, I think. But yes, it will rock, paper, scissors you. And if you win the whole tournament, which I think, from the way the article put it, at first the headline was like, it's going to compete, but I don't think it's going to compete. I think what it is you can play rock, paper, scissors with it. And if you win the rock, paper, scissors tournament, then you get a photo op away from like the public in a private, like little photo op with you and the Gundam.
Hey, Jason, you want to go to Japan?
I mean, of course I do.
Like right now?
Yeah, like right now. Yeah, of course I do.
So you gotta ask yourself, how good are you at rock, paper, scissors?
I get to stand in front of a Gundam playing rock, paper, scissors. I don't need to be good.
Yeah, the life-size Gundam, that's like in that carrot and everything. I actually thought that thing was like stepping out, but it's just all like a big, like like a kind of a hydraulic system and moves. I was so hoping that we had gotten past the technology where we had robots, because then I could steal it.
Oh no, it is a turn against it. It's a battle royale kind of, where like a crowd of people challenge them all at once, and then they kind of like knock out elimination style.
I could go for this.
Let's go.
It sounds like so much fun. If you lose, you still get to go hang out with anime-themed attractions like Mobile Suit Gundam, the Witch from Mercury's pop-up kitchen car, Gundam Inc. Open Cafe, where you can get tomato soda. Oh, there's a lot of nasty soda flavors in Japan, I'm not gonna lie.
If anyone would like to sponsor me going to Japan to compete in this tournament and pay my rent, because my rent will be due during this time.
So is soda in Japan like Korean chips?
I noticed she like looked at me when she asked that question.
But also they have
yes.
that kind of soda in Korea too, and those kind of chips in Japan.
Okay, because you sent me snaps of some of the chip flavors in Korea, and it was absolutely horrendous.
Some of them were like weirdly good, and some of them were just like lime barbecue was really good.
Shrimp chips.
Oh, I mean, that sounds
that
good.
one sounds good. There were some that didn't sound good, but actually were, and there were a few that were just.
There's like ice cream flavored chips.
Yeah, it'd be like ice cream and hot sauce.
Yeah, and you're like,
stuff
I don't know
on
that.
A potato chip or corn chip, and you're just like, made by Doritos, by the way. In a
you
lot
would
of
have
cases.
you would have me on either of those flavors because I'd be curious, but
Separate.
together, yeah,
No.
separate.
Absolutely.
They're all combination flavors, and they're all wild to also then combine with a chip, and some of them are just no, thank you. Anyway. That was my Gundam story. That's one, I think, since I've been on the show.
All right, Cass.
Okay, this is gonna be kind of a weird one because it's kind of a lot of them. Tuesday was kind of Trailer City. We got a trailer for so many, and I'm gonna kind of show you pictures of them while I talk about them. First off, what did I want to talk about? Next Goal Wins, starring Michael Fassbender, directed by the one, the only Taika Waititi, and of course, Reese Darby showed up right off the bat in the trailer, firing Michael Fassbender, which I absolutely loved. Also Elizabeth Moss, love her. Yeah, it's about the basically the worst football team ever from American Samoa.
True story.
True story. In quotation marks, even in the trailer, they were like that. Inspired by a true story that mostly kind of happened. Still, I'm absolutely love it. I love anything that man does.
How bad were they?
They didn't score a goal in, I don't remember how many games. 31 games. Absolutely insane. Absolutely gonna watch it. Second, we had a trailer for The Witcher Season 3, the last season of The Witcher, unfortunately. It is not continuing, no matter what Netflix tells you. Because there's no Witcher without Henry Cavill, which has absolutely been reflected in basically every comment on YouTube.
Haven't tried to help and watch it yet.
Totally fair. I want to rewind for 1 second. They had a 31-0 loss. That's not how many games they went without scoring. They lost 31-0 at one point.
Oh, but they also win a significant number of games with just not scoring a goal.
I'm sure you're right. I just had to be like, wait.
Yeah. But yeah, The Witcher, the last season, any rumors that Liam Hemsworth will be taking over are garbage and dumb. Exactly.
Much like Liam Hemsworth.
Much like Liam Hemsworth. His
Just
own
kidding.
brother posted a TikTok of him dancing to the song Miley Cyrus wrote about their breakup.
Yes.
Okay, then I wasn't kidding, and I don't feel bad.
Yeah, it honestly, it looks really good. We got a peek at the Wild Hunt, which if you've played The Witcher 3, you know what that's about and how important that's going to be moving forward. Love it. Gonna be series big moment. Awesome. The next one, and honestly the one that I was most excited about, A Haunting in Venice. This is the third Hercule Poirot movie, which is Agatha Christie's great detective, played by the one, the only Kenneth Branagh. This is the first spooky, scary version of the detective story that we're getting, starring Kenneth Branagh, Michelle Yeoh as the psychic,
Oscar
and
winner
Tina
Michelle
Fey. Also one of the people.
Okay, I was like, there's been two, and one of them was real good, and one of them was real bad.
Why is she so excited about this? It's
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh and Tina Fey.
Yep, fair.
I
And Kenneth Branagh, like he's great.
I love him.
I did have a chance to write a story today, and it was Michelle Yeoh was in it, and I made sure to put Oscar winner Michelle
Oscar
Yeoh.
Oscar winner
I
Michelle
put the
Yeoh.
respect on her name.
Yeah, it looks super fun, scary. Him saying, like, all our fears have come to rest. It's just all sorts of good Agatha Christie vibes, and I'm really excited. The one that I don't have a picture for, that I am, a trailer for The Flash came out. It looks really good. It looks really good, and I've wanted this for a long time. Ezra Miller sucks. Ezra Miller seems broken, and part of me wants to be like, this is very different from J.K. Rowling actively hurting millions of people in the UK. However, I don't think I can bring myself to go to the theater. Even though I've wanted this for so long. I've wanted this for a decade.
Since we saw him, we were mad that he was going to be, and this is pre-knowing anything about Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
In his IRL
persona.
Their IRL persona. But like, we were mad because it wasn't Grant Gustin, and the Flash, the TV show, was doing pretty well at that point. And then we saw the movie, and Ezra Miller was really solid and brought a new vulnerability to it. And we're like, yeah, I can watch them. I can watch them do this. And then
I will say, because there have been a lot of people that have, and I do think at some point we need to talk about redemption. And if some of these people can come back, Robert Downey Jr., famously drug addict, did a lot of terrible things, tried and succeeded in turning his life around. If Ezra Miller can do something like that, maybe in the future, but like, to my knowledge, they haven't done that. And
it's not even about the actor, or to me, it's about the corporation. That's where I have a hard time with the morals of it. Is like, I'm not going to tell you this is okay to do right away.
Yeah.
Without somebody taking a break, getting some help, you know.
Yeah. At some point in the future, I mean, I honestly wish them the best. I don't think I'd watch the movie until something pretty significant changes.
At least not pay for it.
I've been able to rationalize it. I'm going to see The Dark Knight Returns.
Do what?
I'm going to see The Dark Knight Returns. I don't know what this Flash movie is all about. I'm going to see a world's finest movie with Batman and Supergirl.
And Supergirl looks amazing.
Although that one shot when they skid up, that God, they look like Fortnite.
Listen.
Fortnite, if you listen.
And we've already had a terrible version of Flashpoint. Let's not do another.
All right.
Apparently, unfortunately, the CW's version of Flashpoint was terrible.
I mean, you have to like straighten your stuff out before you do Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Because Flashpoint has to feel like a departure from a universe where things make sense, which is famously not wherever DC is most of the time. But like, I saw a story that Michael Keaton was asking to take pictures of him in a Batman suit to send his grandkids.
Aww.
I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
this may be one that I pirate.
We didn't hear that.
Nope.
Hear what?
Exactly. Anyways.
I heard Cora next door.
She said we're going dressed as pirates, except we're not supporting it.
We're going to the Pirate Bay.
I can't wait for that series.
I know. It's going to be so good. Okay, moving on.
Cora, that's all you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, it was me. I started off. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, the camera's already on, Cora.
Rock, paper, scissors for it.
No, Cora, go.
Hi. You might remember me from last week when I talked about Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac, and how there was an American adaptation and why it did so poorly here. Not the American adaptation. That never happened. We just got a pilot. But why Saint Seiya itself did not do very well here. That was because we didn't get the full series, and we got two very bad English dubs. Well, and I said like Netflix had one and they took it off, and we don't have anywhere to watch it, and I have to eat crow because literally the next day Crunchyroll announced that they have the entirety of the original 114 episodes. Aww. With a remastered English dub. We will not have the Japanese with subtitles. It will only be the English dub, and it will only be available in North America, South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia.
What a random selection.
Yep, and so if you are not in those places, get your VPNs ready to go there.
Not a sponsor.
Speaking of not pirating.
And this is where I would put a VPN ad if I had one. Please sponsor us.
Nord, hit us up.
NordVPN, Surfshark. I don't know what the other ones are. One of them, please. Please act funny.
Or if you're competing with NordVPN.
Yes. But yeah, so you will be able to watch the OG series of Saint Seiya on Crunchyroll right now, and you've got 2 weeks to do it if you want to watch it before the movie comes out.
Yay!
That looks really good.
You can start immediately after the show's over.
Yes.
Not a minute before.
It's already movie season.
You said remaster. Did they do another English dub? Or
Netflix had done an English dub, yes.
Okay.
Where because they dubbed all 114 episodes instead of stopping 30 episodes short, and they did not chop it all to pieces like Deke and Deke and the other studio did.
I definitely support. Netflix has been making a habit of this, putting old animes and redubbing them, and I fully support it. They did Neon Genesis Evangelion and cast a trans trans man as the 13-year-old kid,
Which
and
is perfect.
His voice, it was fantastic.
I also want to slip in and say that means that Vic Mignogna was recast in Knights of the Zodiac, so he's not there anymore. I think.
Oh no. Yeah.
Which, yay.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
He can go to hell where he belongs.
Anyone else got anything? That was all I had.
Yeah, I got the one for today, the biggest news of the entire week. The second trailer for Transformers Rise of the Beast came out today. And
did you say the big...
That is the biggest news of the week. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Anyway.
Awesome.
Coming out June 9th. This is, of course, has the characters from Beast Wars, the popular CGI series, making their first live-action debut on the screen. This is direct
I don't
sequel.
even want to put this picture on screen.
What? Of the Transformers?
It's a gorilla robot.
I mean,
anyway,
that's
hey,
metal.
hey! Optimus Primal. Put the respect on his name. Anyway.
Is that genuinely, is that his name?
Yes, it is Optimus Primal.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh, heathens.
No.
Anyway,
Kat, look at him. Kat.
This is the sequel to the Bumblebee movie and the seventh film of the franchise. But the big thing that they revealed during this trailer, which no one saw coming, this didn't leak. No one found out about it. Everyone thought the big bad of the movie was Scourge, played by Peter Dinklage. The big bad of the movie is actually Unicron, the planet-sized, planet-eating Transformer, the Chaos Bringer, will be making his first, and the last night doesn't count. Screw that movie. Michael Bay can go eat, can just stop. The first incarnation of this character in live action. I couldn't be more excited. This is an Avengers-level threat. I'm sorry, wrong franchise. But I'm hyped. Look, people complain about these movies. They'll say the plot's thin or whatever. But the one good thing these movies can do is get you hyped. I mean, the one thing these trailers can do is get you hyped. This did.
The movies can't do that.
The movies they're a separate entity. I love them. What's wrong?
Am I seeing a young Latino man there? Am I seeing Anthony Ramos in a Transformers movie?
What?
Anthony Ramos made
Well, I can get into that.
Directed by Hamilton the musical.
Directed by Stephen Caple Jr., the film will take place in 1994. Stars Anthony Ramos as Noah Diaz, who is a he's a sharp young guy from Brooklyn, and Elena, an ambitious, talented artifact researcher, are swept up in a conflict as Optimus Prime and the Autobots face a terrifying new nemesis built on their destruction named Scourge. That was the first one. No, the big thing is Unicron. The cast of this movie does include longtime Optimus Prime actor Peter Cullen. I don't know how to say this, but Pete Davidson as Mirage. Liza Koshy as RC, who is also very cute. Go check her out. Cristo Fernandez as Wheeljack, and John DiMaggio Bender as Stratosphere, because you can never have enough John DiMaggio. Tara Collins will be Peter Dinklage as Scourge, David Sobolev as Battletrap, Michelle Jai Rodriguez as Nightbird, also the first transgender actress in the Transformers franchise series. And, of course, John Maggio is back as a bad guy in this, so you can really never have enough John. The Maximals will have Ron Perlman as Optimus Primal, Oscar-winning actress Michelle Yeoh as Airraiser, David Sobolev as Rhinox, and I can't say this, Tungai Charissa as Cheetor. And Unicron, now that we know he's in the voice by Coleman Domingo, go check that man out. He has the voice for Unicron. Rise of the Beast will be June 19th, 2023, and I can't wait to be disappointed.
I'm always happy when Ron Perlman is in like a Transformers movie, because it means he wasn't doing movies that I would want to see. So it's like two birds, one stone.
The slander at this table.
I'm not gonna lie. I really want to see this movie. It's for two reasons. Bumblebee is in it, and I really like him. He's really cool. And also, ever since Jason got like a toy, like a figure for RC, I've loved the design, and now I get to see RC on his screen. So
RC's badass.
Darcy is cool.
And there's no voice for Bumblebee because I assume he'll be voiced by a radio because they never have Bumblebee talk. It's just a weird thing.
It's a weird thing that just works.
Stop doing it. Stop doing it.
I don't know.
I like it.
I would pay so much money to be on the fly on the wall in the room where Pete Davidson got the call that he was going to be in a Transformers movie.
A friend of mine who was a fellow Transformers fanatic did post today. Go check out Short Pack Dumbing of Age. He does a very good webcomic. But David posted, Pete Davidson should not be telling me about Unicron. I should be telling Pete Davidson about Unicron. And brother, same. Same, Mr. Willis. Same. Go check out dumbingofage.com.
Pete Davidson a little more. It just has no like aura of being of affectation in any kind of way. I watched some of his stand up and I was like, okay, I kind of get it.
Yeah, we watched he was
emceeing
he was emceeing something, and he very casually talked about dating the Kardashian that he dated. Kim. Just very casually talked about him and her and Kanye West, and just but as a stand-up comedian, just making jokes about it. And I was like, oh, so you just really don't care. Really couldn't give a shit.
To hear Pete Davidson inform us of who Unicron is, I felt like that day my son tried to tell me who Coolio was.
What?
And I just want to go, shut up. I don't need you telling me what this is.
You don't tell me about the magic.
I was there when it was written.
Amazing.
Anyway, Kat, it's all you.
Well, my last story is just kind of not so much a story as so the live action remake of The Little Mermaid, right? Like, things I'm on board for. I don't have the actress's name in front of me.
Halle Berry.
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Bailey.
I was like, that's not it. Yes.
Close.
Beautiful voice, beautiful face, on board for that. The color correction look of the deep sea, not a big fan of that. And they're like, it's realistic. I'm like, it's The Little Mermaid. It doesn't have to be. And newest things I'm not super on board for is the more photorealistic flounder. This thing is creepy AF. I don't want to see, well, the movie, really, at this point.
I saw someone edit, like an MS Paint, just writing, I'm tired, next to the flounder picture.
They just go so, like...
I mean, one thing they have to do in these movies is they try to have toys to tie in. I would never buy a toy of flounder to give to a child.
You don't want
I would give them a real fish over a stuffed toy of this flounder.
I accidentally added the Scuttle image.
Yeah, I
first.
put them both in the chat.
He's just as terrifying. But pelicans are... Is it a pelican or a seagull?
Seagull.
They're both rats with wings. Anyway.
I'm just
That's
like, I'm not...
Pass.
Yeah, that's a hard pass on both. If you see either of those animals coming up to you,
run.
Like I said, I would sooner give a child a real flounder. At least they could eat it. This thing in stuffed toy form will be nightmare fuel.
I mean, unless they're going full horror, because we haven't even seen reveals of any of the bad guys. And horror Little Mermaid is dope.
A horror Little Mermaid would
That's
work
not
very
well.
well.
It would be dope.
Who wants to see Disney's first princess horror movie?
In more bad news for ADHD people with lots of issues, it's also an hour longer.
What?
I heard that.
What are they going to add?
What do you need?
She's gonna brush her hair for 45
I have no desire to see this. I didn't even like the original Little Mermaid.
Oh, I like the original.
No, that dude barely knew your name, girl.
Look, the best part of The Little Mermaid is the French chef, and we all know it.
Poor Unfortunate Souls is the best part.
How can you say Poor Unfortunate Souls when you have
Les
Poissons? Knock things over. Let's stop.
No, I'm gonna need you to do that again. Do it again.
No, do not ever do that again.
Just the motions.
It's
Okay.
the music. The music is the best part of The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
We can agree on that one.
Yeah.
Poor Unfortunate Souls performed by a 5'0" this little old
Who
grandma.
just recently passed. Pat something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iconic voice.
Chorus
and
played it
based
on
off a
road
drag
trips.
queen.
Yay!
The look was based off a drag queen.
Divine. Yeah.
But yeah, I hope they bring some of that energy. They really should have gotten Titus Burgess to play Ursula. But
Should have. I do like Melissa McCarthy.
yeah.
Full-throated support.
You know, it's almost an hour longer, so that means the only place you can add time almost is in the middle when Ariel can't talk.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be an extended hour portion of the movie where there's no women talking.
This
Probably
movie's
nobody will
right
guess.
there with the Barbie movie for me.
Look, the Barbie movie looks
No, do not even compare the Little Mermaid with
Thank
the
you
icon.
for
that's gonna be the
reminding
Barbie.
me to post that.
It is
post,
interest. I still
so
haven't seen the
Jason
trailer.
has to go see.
No, the Barbie movie is a satire
Oh no! Look,
through and through.
you have a story to get through. Please do not defend the Barbie movie for the rest
It's
of
a
him.
satire.
It's a satirical farce. It's something.
Yeah.
There's a joke there,
There
and
is
they're
a
doing
joke
it on
there, and there
purpose.
is
Yeah.
very much so.
Little Mermaid? No, it's cash
No,
grab.
support Halle Bailey to the ends of the earth.
That's
Do you
the
know what I
only
want?
thing that
Yes.
makes
I
me
know
want
what
to
I'm
see
saying.
it.
the only reason I want to see
Out of
it
spite.
is out of spite. That's the only reason I want it to succeed.
Spite is a good motivator.
Spite because she's working very
She's
hard.
lovely.
Oh, I have no choice. I
Her
have someone in
voice
this
is
house that
beautiful.
has to see it, so anyway, I'll be going.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do
Probably
you
fall
talk
asleep.
about yourself in the third person?
Yeah, sure.
Somebody.
He'll go see the Little Mermaid, but he won't go see Barbie.
I won't even watch a trailer for Barbie.
No, you're gonna go see Barbie. Smile at me. We have to post this picture. So that
So,
we can get the
Cass, what's the final story you got for the evening?
Okay, I just switched the camera to myself, but I'm gonna switch it right back because
Again, thanks for the play-by-play.
exactly because I need Kat to connect with me on this story. Do you remember?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna grab a screen cap of that. Do you remember a conversation that we were having the other day about Luke Kirby in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel as Lenny Bruce. As Lenny Bruce, and how it's an iconic character, but how are you ever going to capture that magic again? He's an actor. He's a good actor, but it just, you were just never going to be able to do that again.
Unless.
Amy Sherman Palladino, who
Mhm.
runs Marvelous Mrs.
Yeah.
Maisel,
Writes
has
a lot of it,
cast-
directed a lot of it.
has cast Luke Kirby in a new project about ballet. This is him, for those of you who don't know. Very cute man.
There's an Oscar Isaac, a little bit
Oscar Isaac, a
vibes,
little
but
bit
also
vibes.
like there's whose name I can't think of.
Yeah, let me get back to the thing that I did. Yeah, ballet drama starring Luke Kirby. They already have a 2-season mandate, so who knows? Amy Sherman Palladino and Daniel Palladino, her husband, have straight to series order for, I don't know how to pronounce this, Etoile, maybe, a drama set in the world of ballet that is set to reunite them with Luke Kirby.
Do we know anything about his role?
Not really. We barely know anything at all.
I
This
just didn't know
got
if like
announced.
teacher or
Yeah,
I mean
that would be my assumption.
retiree teacher maybe.
Yeah, that would be my assumption, is teacher of some kind. But it, as somebody that fell in love with this actor in this role, with this dialogue, with these writers, I cannot even express to you how excited I am that they're going to be coming back with him for another series, especially as Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is set to wrap. Within a couple of months, they're releasing their episodes, I think, a week at a time.
Yeah, I think within a month they should be out.
If you have not gotten to watch Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which honestly a lot of people seem to, this is not the cultural revolution that it should have been. It's an absolutely fantastic show. It's feminist. It's
hilarious.
Funny. It talks about Jewish culture in a way that a lot of things haven't.
It's positive and from within Jewish culture.
Yeah,
About it.
it's an incredibly funny, good show. And if you haven't watched it, Tony Shalhoub, Rachel Brosnahan, and just a wonderful show about a female comic trying to make her way in 1950s.
It was marketed
New
all
York.
wrong.
It
It's
was.
hilarious. It's a little bit like raunchy. Just the comedy's a little bit raunchy.
I mean, there are boobs in the first episode.
There are boobs. They're great boobs.
They're fantastic, and that's the point.
But yeah, it's a really funny, pretty easy watch most of the time.
Except for the finale.
Just skip the season finales. They're rough.
Yeah, Luke Kirby and Amy Sherman Palladino. I'm happy that she's getting work because she's a really interesting writer. Yeah.
Cool.
Dude, it's so funny.
What's it on?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just don't want. You didn't want to watch Barbie. You didn't want to watch
watched
Little
other things.
Mermaid. You didn't
Do
want to
you
watch
hate
Marvelous
women?
Mrs.
Do you hate
Maisel.
women?
I think he
Jason? I think
does.
you
Oh my
hate women.
god.
Go
Disappointing.
to hell, all of you.
Yeah.
Already there, hun.
Yeah, we're just all the women in the room. Who's everybody who's not Jason?
No, I
is
figured-
just going to assume he hates women.
I
That's
hate
how
women.
it's
I just
gonna
hate y'all's taste. No, I'm just kidding.
go. Wow.
I still haven't watched Ted Lasso either. So,
Ted Lasso's
and
so
I have
good.
Apple TV. I pay for this
It's
crap.
so good.
But anyway,
Say goodbye to Alan, bro.
which is a perfect transition into we will be playing Dungeons and Dragons on the YouTube channel Saturday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please tune in. We will be getting back on campaign. It's going to be fun. Finally. I know we're doing
It
April
has been a
Fools.
long break,
So
and we've
long.
done some other stuff in between, which has been awesome. but,
Ready,
like,
ready to get back on mission.
get on the horse. Oh, the horse is burned up.
They
get
are.
frozen.
Technically, yes.
I miss Buttercup. Whatever my horse's name was, I forget.
I think my horse's name was Horse.
Anyway.
Yeah, I was.
So yeah, tune in 3 p.m. We will be broadcasting live on the channel. It'll be fun. Enjoy for some dice rolling and role playing.
And they're going to start out whatever their next adventure is. I don't
Apparently,
know.
my character's going to die this episode, which I please
Which
don't.
I didn't even
I
have
really-
combat planned. He's just going to get assassinated out of the shadows.
I'm about to get stabbed.
It's
I
gonna
need
be,
to
it's
get some
gonna be in
knife
the middle of somebody
practice in.
else's scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
like
gonna
On the
this.
screen, Albroth died.
That's
Anyway.
messed up. Anyway, please go check out supercoolnerdshow.com for stories and entertainment writing. I did write about Transformers: Rise of the Beast. We got some other upcoming articles on there. Of course, subscribe to this channel, and like this video because it helps us get more views and stuff. Experimented with shorts, and there's some positive reactions. I really wish I could get back on that though. Definitely one from this show. I'll be throwing into a short very soon. So yeah, it helps us. Anyway, of course, if you want to follow us at SCNS Live on Twitter, Instagram, you can follow our Facebook page, facebook.com/SCNS Live, and of course, we have a TikTok as well at SCNS Live. If you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BetterCat.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CorodonoArt.
Twitter and Instagram, The Good Cast.
Also, she's like drawing art over there that is not posted to that account, and it is a shame.
Not the art.
Called
the
out.
fact that she doesn't
Brand new
post.
phone. Got art just all hanging out over there, and
I do.
the social media is just dry.
I'm working on a dramatization of what I think will happen when my character finally meets his god. That's not how it's gonna go, but that's fine.
Well, that's all for us. We'll be back next week with the show. Check us out Saturday. But until then, as we always say around here, keep on nerding.